Hello everyone, Mike Rempel from Excel Bytes with today's Excel Bytes tutorial. Today we're going to take a look at how to extract the numbers from a text string that contains numbers and only end up with the individual numbers themselves and no text. This is a formula that I learned from Sumit Bansal from Trump Excel. He is an Excel MVP and I learned a lot from him, so you might want to check out his website at Trump Excel. But before we jump into our tutorial today, please take a minute to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you'll get a notice whenever I put out a new video. And if you like this video, do please give it a thumbs up. You can also find me at any of the social media sites you see here. So now, let's check out today's topic. So here's our scenario. I have a list of text strings that contain letters and numbers, and I just want to pull out of them the numbers only. So for example, with help 452, I want the result to be just 452, and 123 ABC, I want to see just 123. So I'm going to enter the formula, and then we'll walk through to see how that formula works. So I'm going to start with text join. And with text join, my delimiter is just going to be a blank, comma. Do I want to ignore empty cells? Yes, I do. So that's true, comma. And I'm going to use if error, and you'll see how that comes into play here in a minute. And then I want to use the mid function, which allows you to extract text or values or anything from the middle of a text string. So we're going to use the mid function. And with the mid function, what's my text? Well, it's going to be what's in cell F2. What's my start number? I need to have the start number for all the individual characters. So I'm going to use the sequence function and use the length of cell F2 for my sequence function. Close that. And then comma, what's my number of characters? I only want one character. So as I go through each of the characters of the text string, I just want to look at them one at a time. I'll close my mid function. Now with my if error function, before I enter the value of error, I want to multiply that times 1. Then my value if error on the if error function will just be a blank. And I'll close that, and then I'll close my text join function, and then I'm going to multiply all that times 1, and you'll see again why that is. And if I hit enter, notice from BL34560LR, I get 34560. And if I copy that down, I get only the numbers from each of the text strings, whether they were in the middle, at the beginning, at the end, or even split by some characters in between the numbers. So I think the easiest way to see how this works is just go to the Formula tab. We're going to choose Evaluate Formula, but I'm going to choose the formula for Help 452. I'll click Evaluate Formula, and let's walk through and see what Excel does as the formula progresses. Well, the first thing Excel wants to do is define what F4 is. So I click Evaluate, and it converts that to Help 452. And the same happens within the length function. If I click Evaluate, it says, what is my length of Help 452? And the answer to that is going to be 7. So that's what I used in the sequence function. So now sequence with 7, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for my mid function, my text is help 452. What character do I start with? Well, since it's in curly brackets, it's basically a array constant. And then I want only one character. So when I run that, I get HELP452 as the individual items from my mid function. Now when I multiply each of those times 1, I'm going to get a value error for the H, E, L, and P, and then 452 for the values. And now since I have that wrapped in an if error function with a blank if there is an error, I end up with blank, 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 452. So now with text join, when I join 4 blanks and 452, I just get 452. Now again, since this is text join, this 452 is actually text. So when you multiply a text string that's only numbers times 1, it converts it to a number that's usable, say, within a formula or so. So I click evaluate, I get 452, and I hit close, and that is how I got my answer. And then copying that down, notice even in the 1, 2, 3, ABC, 4, 5, 6, the text join will join 1, 2, 3, the blanks there in 4, 5, 6, and I end up just getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's how you can do this in Excel.